Hey team, wanted to make a video because I am participating in an AI workshop this week. It's online, and I it's kind of come up a few times in my rhetoric. I last year I actually was very interested in learning about engineering and technology, looking more into STEM. And so that was kind of my focus, I'd say, like last January when I was doing like an education module. I had an event and it was like a week long. Um, you know, Create your own educational learning schedule and do what you feel you want to learn. And so that's what I was kind of studying last year in January. I kind of got away from engineering and technology when I was living in the tent. I was using my phone quite a bit, but I had also pawned some technology, and um, and I put the tent up. I don't know if that qualifies as engineering skills, continued education. I put up multiple tents, and I had to sew the tent, back together when it ripped, or use hot glue on the leaking roof. And so that's some engineering elements, but but um, uh, the electric scooter that had a brief a brief showing, a brief fun moment. So different little things here and there, but it's in conversation on social media. I've got this friend who is so anti AI, and I've last year I downloaded a couple apps, I think, and like for a particular like side job that I was helping somebody with something, and I think I had done the Chat GPT, but I think that was for the educational week, and but I had done a little bit with it, and I'm consistently trying new apps, like phone apps and games, just to kind of keep in the loop of what's going on with that stuff. But I do know that I missed out on a lot. I didn't even have Wi-Fi at my apartment for years, and I ended up using a hotspot. I was able to get a hotspot, and so I did have it, um, I'm not really an internet personality. I wasn't really an internet personality. I don't know if you could tell or not. So I'm pretty offline, I say, most of the time. It's hard for me to internalize um, like the live streaming and always having I do have my camera out, and I do take videos um, and stuff like that. It's still um, I don't know that I have like internalized the entirety of that lifestyle, especially of like the gaming lifestyle that might be correlated. I don't know if we could say anything beyond a correlation, uh, uh, but um, but it's kind of fun, and I am interested in learning AI and seeing it as a tool, and I think that it would be hubris not to in this modern era. With the smartphones, technology advancing as much as it does, as fast as it does, it would be foolhardy not to at least look into what's available out there. And I feel like I've just brushed the surface because I've only downloaded a few apps that are AI specific. But the workshop has been pretty cool. It was just basics today, so the basic stuff, but it did have kind of a motivational twist at the end, and which was, I thought that they did a very nice job with it. So that was kind of a few hours this afternoon, and I'm curious to see more of the direct applications to life. I kind of know what I'm looking for in my next apps and my next technological projects, but I also have non-technological projects going right now also, and I've got some other things that are happening too. Obviously, I just did the tent, and um, so I've got a few other things that are happening. I'm excited about the workshop though. I think it's gonna be good. I think I'm more excited for the actual playing. It kind of inspired me to be more mindful about it because it's kind of like back burner of no, this is a thing, and then I'll like check out the video games and stuff while I'm running, or one weekend every month or so I'll download a bunch of games and I'll just play for but or the walkthroughs is what I watch when I'm running, just to kind of get caught up, because I have a lot of friends that are gamers. I feel like all of my college friends and all of my high school friends, a number of my high school friends were gamers, and so just looking into that culture, because I kind of listened, but I was I could but I never actually got to experience it. We didn't have any gaming platforms, and so sometimes I would kind of tune out a little bit because I was like, I'm never going to be able to, we're not going to buy platforms. I'm not going to afford this, and I didn't have a job in high school, and or in college for until my third time through, and so I Mm. So I did not understand financing, and I was just like, this is not my lifestyle, and it's not going to be my lifestyle. And now everything's so more easily accessible with phones and with your basic tech, and things like that. And so it is on my list to look into a gaming platform. I do not have my own gaming platform aside from my phone and my laptop, because I did pawn my iPad, which I was kind of using as like a gaming platform, because you can download some pretty cool apps, and then it has like, you can, with the touch screen, you can just use your fingers and like do the attack, or and like move forward and kind of navigate across the screen and stuff. So there are some cool ones, just apps available for like your tablet, but I don't have that anymore. So I was thinking of trying to figure out an actual gaming platform, and since I was pawning things, I thought I would check out the pawn shop, because that's a common pawned item, is gaming platforms, and as well as games. And it's not my rhetoric. It is not my rhetoric at all. We had a Game Boy Color growing up, and then a Nintendo from way back in the day, and then at some point my parents got a Wii. But we didn't have any of the, like, the PlayStations, the Xboxes. We didn't have the joystick, those controllers. We had the Nintendo controller, and then we had the Wii, which is literally just like that stick. And I think we had the connector that technically did have like a joystick, but that's not, what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about, is that that's commonly associated with gaming. So, that's kind of on the agenda to actually go. And I've never actually purchased anything from a pawn shop. I've just pawned stuff, and that was so I could take the time off and I could live in the tent. And so I thought, they're just physical possessions. If I need them again, I'll buy them when I have a job again. I want this time off. I want to try this lifestyle. And so I knew that what I was doing, and it was mindfully done. And sometimes it was kind of sad, because I liked my technology and I liked my nice things, but it was, I think it was, a learning experience for me, learning about pawn shop culture, as well as, just, there's more to life than our physical possessions. And so, and plus with accessibility, your phones and your laptops just offer so much. So anyway, but it's on the agenda to try more of that gaming culture. I've not yet. Like I said, just the walkthrough when I'm walking, running. I go back and forth between walking and running. It's been a few running days in a row, but and then just casual. I'm very casual, slow, bouncy, fun. Um, but, um, but yeah, so it's um, cool. It's cool to, I've got other projects going in the creative sphere that I'm looking into potential AI programs, and this workshop kind of helped me focus in on that. And I kind of already knew what I needed to look up, but I wasn't mindful of it. I hadn't thought of it, officially, because I was like, not really a priority, not really a priority. And so this was nice to um, actually bring that to the fore, because like I said, I've got other projects that um, are moving in a forward direction that actually I didn't need AI to do. And so and that it's still, and I still haven't gotten to those, so I've got that backlog that I'm still working on. But it was a good first day of that, and I kind of wanted to keep you posted. Again, as always, if you have game suggestions, if you have app suggestions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, if you have questions about the workshop, I'll give you more information about that too. It's a free workshop. I gave $1 so I could be elite and I could watch it not during the time frames, because I have work, and so I couldn't watch at the time. But yeah, so cool, 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 keeping that going. I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.